Greetings, dreamers and wanderers, and welcome to our very first art night. So grab yourself a glass of wine, or a box, and let's talk about art. For those who don't know, we've been given the opportunity to help sell a 60-piece fine art collection. And if we can do it right, the money we make will help us hopefully upgrade our living conditions from beautiful vintage 1981. It's an ambassador. It's a Holiday Rambler ambassador. And if you're hearing Holiday Road in your head right now, so am I. And that also tells you how old we both are. So tonight's piece that we're going to discuss is one of the more fascinating pieces I am helping sell. And that is Salvador Dalí does have a way of reaching inside your guts. He really does. And so on the edge of the seventh circle is one of Salvador Dalí's works on Dante and the seven circles of hell. And the seventh circle really sort of speaks to me right now, because it was reserved for the violent. And as a domestic violence and sexual assault victims advocate for the last 16 years or so, that is an interesting concept to me. But the seventh circle was divided into rings. The outer ring was reserved for the violent, so the warmongers, the hopefully people who abused others in this life, in their private lives as well. And it's for those who harmed others. And yes, domestic violence is definitely harming others. The middle ring is for those who committed violence against themselves. First and foremost, of course, being self-exiting. But the interesting part about that violence against self is also that it's for the spendthrifts, for those who squander their gifts they've been given. And that's the part that really struck me, because here we've been given this gift, this ability to help sell this art, and we are very blessed to have that opportunity, and I don't want to squander it. So the other thing that really struck me is I've always felt like when somebody has a God-given gift that it is a shame for them not to share it. I've known some wonderful artists who never drew anything for anybody but themselves. I've known some wonderful musicians, singers, and they don't let other people see their gift. And I remember when I was younger, I went to it was a music, arts, dance, and drama camp. And I was in the drama program. But they taught us there that even the Bible says you should not hide your light under a bushel. If you have a light, it is sort of your responsibility to share it with the world. And so squandering your gifts you've been given is not just a monetary thing, I don't think. I could be wrong. No, I really do think that if you have a gift, it should be shared. It is wrong to not share it, in my book, even if it only reaches a few people. The inner ring is those who committed violence against God, nature, and art, interestingly enough. So their punishment was an eternal plain of burning, where it rains flakes of fire. There are the blasphemers, and there are those clutching purses with their family crests. There are those who did not respect the beauty around them, I think, is in that respect. So yeah, I find it a very fascinating piece, and I do hope you'll take a chance to check out our catalog so you can see better pictures. But Dante is an interesting subject, and I think Dalí was the right person to bring that out. I do love how there's a lot of people eating other people. It has an interesting color palette too. I'm not sure exactly where you would hang this. It is not necessarily in the living room or in the dining room artwork for sure. Maybe bedroom if you're down for some weird dreams. But I guess people who are really into Dalí are down for some weird dreams, right? He definitely represented us weirdos well. So yeah, it's interesting to compare that to our situation right now, and how we are trying very hard to use the gifts we've been given to improve our lives, and to contemplate an actual circle of hell where we could be punished for not doing that. So that's a little insight into this artwork. We do have it for sale. It is a first edition, and it is a wood cutting, so it was made with using different wood plates, and it was originally a watercolor, and it really retains that dreamy watercolor feel. I've always loved how watercolor, if done right, can feel so otherworldly, so fantastical. So we do have it for sale, and it is framed and matted and comes with authentication. Sorry, I stuttered on that a little. And it is a first edition woodcut from a Paris printing produced 1960 to 1964, and it is a very bright layered impression. And of course, your payment is safe. We have chosen to use PayPal to protect us and you. If you do not get what you were expecting, we will refund your money, and PayPal does have a purchaser's guarantee, so you can feel confident in buying from us. So if you are interested in owning your very own Dalí artwork, a first edition, you can check out our links below for our catalog, and you can also support our adventures for Dream Wins. We are changing the name from the business from Dream Wants to Dream Wins, because we are adding in so many more products that Dream Wands is just one of those products. We will have dream pins, we will have dream jewels, we will have dream print, we will have coloring books, stickers, and our very own in-house created card games. The first one being this little piggy. So yeah, we have a lot to look forward to, but if you would like to support that in any way, there are links below. But you can also buy this art and help us get into a place where we can really get our production rolling and keep it rolling, and not have to keep tearing down. Living in an RV, and running a business is very difficult, especially when you've got the animals. And we are working out of a trailer, a cargo trailer right now, and whatever borrowed space we can get, which is constantly changing. So anything you can do to help would be awesome. We are definitely not asking anybody to give anything away. We would hope that we can give you something in return, whether that's a set of dream wands, or some art, or some stickers, some coloring books, some handmade journals, some jewelry, handmade notebooks. All of these are made in-house. So thank you for joining us for our first art talk, And I hope you learned a little something about Salvador Dalí and the seventh circle of hell. And don't waste your gifts. Bye.